Good morning and welcome to Morning Markets on Monday the 9th of October. Today we'll be reflecting on the US employment report from Friday and looking to the week ahead. Friday's market focus was very much on US employment data, and as Matt discussed, the criticality of that in terms of how central banks and particularly the Federal Reserve will be thinking about the US economy as we look to the months ahead. I think really on Friday the data was surprising and surprisingly good, and sort of indicative of a market and economy that continues to defy some of those expectations that were suggested that we should have already be seeing quite a material slowdown in employment trends. But let's just look at some of those numbers from Friday, and quite surprisingly when we look at the number of jobs added in September, 336,000 jobs added. An expectation had been of just for 170, so it's quite a significant beat relative to expectations. It does merit note, however, that a large number of those jobs added weren't in the private sector, they were in government-related jobs. So that's something to continue to monitor, and also that there was a large number of part-time positions added. The additions of part-time jobs probably explains why the overall wage trend that we were seeing in terms of average hourly earnings over the period was slightly softer than maybe expected. Wage growth coming in at 0.2% month on month, or approximately 4 and a bit percent on a year-on-year basis. I think with that stronger data, it certainly does bring onto the table the possibility that the Federal Reserve will be minded to increase interest rates as we look to their meeting in November. But time will tell on that, and certainly something that we and the team will be looking at over the coming weeks. If we just focus in on the week ahead then, quite a few interesting speeches to come from Federal Reserve board members. That'll be useful in the context of that strength in employment, but also the fact that we get the minutes for the previous meeting coming out on Wednesday. As we look to the rest of the week, we've quite a number of inflation data prints across the globe. And also then, as we get towards the end of the week, start to get companies starting to report, and we'll hear from a number of large US banks. I'll leave it there for today, but please do join us again during the week.